In this video, I want to tap in, and I want to tap into um, the psychology of homosexuality. So, I guess I want to go more into the depth of the how they systematically did homosexuality. You know, and I don't want to put it in color or none of that because it don't matter. But what I want to tap into is how they systematically instilled homosexuality into the world. So going back, we're gonna go back into slavery. So when we talk about generational curses, I guess I'm specifically speaking on, black people and white people, because the people that run it is they don't care if you're black or white, they want to control. And the people that run it are the Society of Jesus. You know, do your research. The Templar Knights. You know, but the Knights of Templar, excuse me. But I'm not gonna go too deep. You know what I'm saying? That's a little deep. But the point is that the way they systematically kind of instilled homosexuality it was initiated through slavery. So during slavery times, we went through a period of just kind of being abused. Speaking on black people. And one of the biggest tactics that they was doing was demasculizing the man. You know what I'm saying? So by demasculizing the man, tactics that they used was to rape the man, and make him do acts that he was going against his will. And it made me think of the Pulp Fiction movie where, if you they kind of raped the black boy. Think about that on a scale of, a nation. So what this did was instill a generational curse within all black people, within our families, within our generations, within our soul and our spirit. And so fast forward into the times of the day, in order to kind of ignite that curse within us, they had to create the environment for it to be thriving, which is the environment now where they push homosexuality, push gayness. Like, you can't watch one movie, you can't watch one TV show that's mainstream, that's big on TV, that's not including some type of homosexuality. This is to instill or catalyze or cultivate that curse that they instilled in us during slavery when they raped us. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you can let's specifically break it down to men right now. So men, they'll see the environment and they'll feel these type of emotions within themselves. When you in this lower vibration, you will pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? You will pick up on the thoughts. The devil would then send thoughts to you. You will feel emotions. You will start to feel like you are attracted to men. And this is the curse that was been placed upon us. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you are attracted to men, it's that you are been cursed to feel as if you're attracted to men. And the battle is to overcome that. Now, that's how you overcome a curse. You don't give it power. Even if, no matter how hard it may seem, you don't give the curse power. This is how you overcome the curse. So, point being is, this is what makes a lot of men, young, the youth, they get the youth. They make them feel like, they are being themselves, and it's not that they are not being themselves, is that they are being manipulated and they're not conscious of the fact that this is the manipulation that's happening. So for a younger kid to see these things and then to feel emotion towards, homosexuality, and them not being conscious, that parents not being conscious, that child would then think he's doing what he feel is himself. He feel like he's doing what's right for him. When in actuality, all that's happened is the plan that they've been instilled, they've been, you know, been strategized from slavery. Think about the fact that we was, traumatized by being raped. That's something that don't go away in your spirit. That's something that don't go away after generations. And in the society we live in is like they want to, our parents, my grandparents, your grandparents, they kind of they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So not in the sense they don't give a fuck, but they didn't know how to handle it. So in a sense, what they did was they numbed it. You know what I'm saying? This is why they always gotta have drugs. They always gotta have some type of stimulus, some type of stimulant for you, you know, sex, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. So when these emotions would come up, they wouldn't face them. You know, in other words, they wouldn't attack it spiritually. They would then numb it. So we went through a whole generation of numbing. You know, this is where the crack epidemic, things like this, where they instill drugs for us so we can numb these things. It was never getting healed. And that then instilled the generation now where they cultivating it. You know, it's like you numb it. Once you numb it, it then gets cultivated. So going back, you know, I'm kind of, you know, I'm free flowing. So, you know, I hope it makes sense. But going back to slavery, when you get raped, it's traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be traumatizing when something that you don't want to happen is happening to you and going against your will. And this then was what always been inside of us. You know what I'm saying? It never left. You feel me? It never this this traumatic experience never was healed. Therefore, it was always it's still inside all our generations. You know, all our souls and spirits. And it's right now. Was it 2022? This is the time where we need to awaken and heal these curses. You know what I'm saying? And going through the experiences, I realized that it's a battle of the spirit, it's a battle of the soul. And the truest way to handle it is to give it back to God, you know? To never feel like, you know, you should have to handle this on your own, you know? And that's what kind of the trap that they put a lot of people in this world is they don't believe in the Most High, they don't believe in God. So then they feel like they're alone in this world, and they feel like they have to deal with all these traumatic events, all these traumas from childhood, all these traumas from generations that they don't even have nothing to do with. They had to deal with these things alone, and then they submit themselves to drugs and alcohol. This is the systematic way they have set it up. You know what I'm saying? But the healing measure, the way to heal it is to give it all back to God, to understand that it's a higher purpose for everything, to know that no one's perfect, to know that we can heal and we can always improve, not to be victims. You know, the first step in all of this is taking accountability. You know, you're right. You know, from the standpoint of I didn't do any of this, but in a sense, that don't mean you won't you are not the person that's right to heal it. You know, take accountability so that you can then heal it and then not have no one else have to deal with these same things. You know, it's also comes to selflessness, not being selfish, not being selfish, but being selfless. Because if you heal this trauma, think about how nobody after you have to deal with it, and think about how now them souls that don't have to deal with these traumas can then cultivate something new within this world and evolve. You know, love backwards is evolve. It's always about evolving. But going back to like the whole premise, it's all systematic. You know what I'm saying? From the rape, and this is specifically dealing with men when it come to rape. When it come to women and homosexuality, it's kind of like the same. Whereas like the women have dealt with so many bad men that they have been traumatized, and the men has just been the whole time men is just in under mind control and not understanding the whole concept that they are dealing with curses that they need to heal within themselves. Therefore, it creates a situation where they don't honor the woman. They don't understand the power the woman has. You know, you get a strong woman, you can honestly heal everything within your soul, and vice versa. Is a yin to a yang. But this is kind of how they created homosexuality within women because women have seen so many men do women dirty. They have been done dirty by so many men. It's created a traumatic experience to where in a society where homosexuality is being embraced, you know, it's easier for a woman to just be like, I'm gonna just get with another woman, you know, because they don't want to deal with them traumas also of having, you know, unrighteous men do them dirty. So I just want us to all understand the bigger picture, you know. I think that's the key to healing. It's not about being selfish, it's about being selfless. You know, you want to have a homosexual relationship because you don't want to go through the traumatic events of healing. You know, you don't want to go down the divine path for taking accountability. So, with all that being said, I think the main message in this is let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? And understand the battle of homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? And that is a battle that has to be dealt with on all levels within all people, even if you are. And the key to it is knowing who you are and knowing God within who you are. Because if you know you're a straight woman or a straight man, no illusion can even be effective. Because at the end of the day, a curse is just something that places illusions within your mind and your spirit. But you have the power through God to overcome it all. So don't give power to the illusion. Like I said, if you know who you are, if you truly know who you are, and like I said, you don't give the power to it, you will overcome it. Trust that you are a king. We are kings and queens on this planet. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever doubt it. And when you know who you are, you won't fall for the illusions of the curses that have been placed on our souls. And we will evolve as a consciousness. It's Nino Divinity. Divine light will always get you right. I'm out. One.